The trolls that consistently go after Harry and Meghan seem to be in some battle to see who can be the most ridiculous and insane and clownish before the year ends. First it was Carol Malone, then we had that Carolyn Graham, and now we have Tina Brown. Now Tina Brown has actually been a Harry and Meghan troll for some time, but what she said recently really takes the crown for trolling. So I'm reading from an article from Celeb Bitchy. So Tina Brown appeared on the Katie Couric YouTube show and the conversation turned to Prince Harry. Tina claimed that she had lunch with Jane Goodall shortly before Goodall's death on October 1st, and that Goodall spoke about her friendship with Harry. These are Tina's words. Now listen to this. She says she was one of the only people outside of the family, the royal family, that went to see Archie when he was born. And Harry said, "This is my little African child, is going to be my child," who essentially, wild child. Essentially, they were going to have this time together, living a life off the grid, as it were. She said she was absolutely stunned when he chose the life that he did. I'm sorry, what? First of all, why is she only saying this now that Jane Goodall is dead? Jane Goodall isn't alive to defend herself or defend Harry. Well, as we all know, Harry and Meghan recently switched PR teams, and this new PR team is not allowing things like this to slide anymore. So a spokesperson for the Duke of Sussex said, "The Duke of Sussex has never said anything remotely resembling what was claimed. Tina Brown knows exactly what she's doing by inventing these words and attributing them to a highly respected woman who is deceased and cannot correct the record." So it kind of feels like Tina Brown is doing this, knowing that there will be no repercussions whatsoever. Oh, but that's not all. She actually went on to backtrack what she said. So, Tom Sykes got an exclusive for his royal Substack. Tina Brown commenting on Harry's denial, with Sussex sources reacting to Brown as well. So Tina Brown stood by her comment, however, telling the Royalist Today on Katie Couric's podcast on Wednesday the 17th, "I recounted what Jane Goodall said to me in June of this year about Prince Harry. She remembered affectionately Harry saying when Archie was born, 'I want you to come and meet my African child.' She actually said, 'Africa child,' but I was speaking too quickly. Aside from that inadvertent mistake, everything else Miss Goodall's conversation with me, I rendered accurately." Oh, so she inadvertently made a mistake by saying my African child instead of Africa child. A source in Harry's camp brushed off Brown's clarification, saying doubling down but now clarifying inadvertent mistake. What else is she getting wrong? I don't think that Tina Brown has ever gotten anything right. She is a troll that makes money from being a troll. She has no journalistic ethics whatsoever. As the article goes on to say, Brown is now claiming that Jane Goodall quoted Harry as saying, "My Africa child, please. All of this is BS. Harry didn't say it to Jane Goodall, and I'm sure Goodall didn't say it to Tina Brown. In my opinion, this is Brown putting some unhinged spin on something which was probably very innocent." I agree. Like Harry talking to Goodall about taking his wife and son to Botswana, or telling Goodall that he didn't want Archie to grow up in the neglectful, abusive royal world. Exactly. I think that Tina Brown should be utterly ashamed of herself. I am so glad the Sussex spokespeople are finally pushing back against these narratives, because some of these things, you can't allow them to just fly. We've also got to remember the type of audience that someone like Tina Brown has, the Daily Fail type of audience, the Sun type of audience, the Sun newspaper type of audience. Think of this through the lens of their minds, Harry saying my Africa child. She's clearly trying to stir the pot and rage bait a particular audience. Tina Brown needs to mind her business, because we know that karma knows everybody's address, and sooner or later, it's gonna come to hers.